Good morning, evening, afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark,
And I'm Zoe.
and we are the Board Adventurers. Back to you with another Kickstarter Head Start. We got a small one for you today. You ready to go fishing? We are going to talk about the 2 to 3 player game Shallow Regrets, designed by Judson Cowan. Apologize if I mispronounced your name. And published by Button Shy Games, who are starting this Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is coming out on May 6th, and we've attached the link below.
So Shallow Regrets is an 18 card game. Well, the first thing you're going to be doing is you're going to take the 18 cards that you have and you're going to shuffle those and deal those out into 6 decks of 3 cards each. Those are going to be your shoals for the game. And starting clockwise from the first player, starting from the first player and going clockwise, you are going to be fishing. Fishing is when you draw 2 cards and you're going to keep one of those cards and throw the other card back into one of the shoals. Now, there are some rules for fishing in general. You'll notice on the back of the cards, some cards are going to have 0, some cards are going to have 1 to 2, and 3 to 5. That is going to signify the difficulty of fishing those specific cards. For the 0 cost cards, you'll notice that on the top right portion, there's going to be a number there. That is the difficulty for fishing that card. Some are going to be 0, which means it's 0 difficulty, and you just put it right into your tableau. Others is going to have a different numerical value. That's going to signify the difficulty of it. And in order to fish it, you're going to need a strength to either match or surpass that difficulty. Your strength is going to be signified by the hook that's going to be on the left portion of the card right under this number value here. So for instance, for this great white shark, it has a difficulty of 3, which means you're going to need a number of cards that has either 3 or more 3 or more hooks
Already built into your tableau.
Yep, in your tableau. So once you decide what card that you want to draw, put into your tableau, you take that card, put it in your tableau, and you put the other card on top of another shoal, or if there's an empty space, you could put it there as well. Once you do that, you pass it to the next player. When it goes back to you, you can use the card ability. So each card is going to have an ability on the card, which is going to be printed on the bottom of the card. Each of them are going to have different effects. There's some take that in which you take your card, replace it with one of your opponents, or it interacts with the shoals out in front of you. There's different things you can do with the abilities on the card, and I believe each card has its own unique ability. In order to use an ability, you're going to have to use it before you draw cards from the shoal. So you're going to turn over or tap your card, which is just flipping it over, to signify that you are using its ability. Now, it is a one-time effect. You cannot use that ability again for the rest of the game. Even if that card is taken by your opponent, it is taken tapped. So the game ends when all fish have been caught, or when it's your turn, you are unable to catch a fish that is out. Then the game automatically ends, and then you are going to count the victory points. Now, the victory points are going to be on the top left portion of your card. It's going to have a numerical value, and then you're going to count each of those, and that's going to be your victory points at the end of the game. Now, in case of a tie, the winner of the game is the person who has the least amount of foul cards in the game. Now, the foul cards are these green cards. Those are foul, and the blue ones are the regular fishes. So the person with the least amount of green or foul cards is the winner in case of a tie. And that is how you play Shallow Regrets. Now, who do you think this game is for?
This game is definitely one of those games you would play while you're waiting maybe for a flight at an airport. You're maybe waiting for a table at a restaurant for dinner.
Yeah.
This is a game it's pretty easy to get out there. You can have the 6 cards out on a small little table, or even like a bench.
Yeah.
And then each person can just hold the cards in their hand and kind of shift them around. For Button Shy, this is kind of like typically what they'll put out. simple card games with just like small effects that change from game to game, kind of like how they do that.
Yeah.
If you like small games, if you like games that are kind of like time fillers, this would definitely, I would think, fit into that category of what you're looking for.
Yeah, I agree there. I think this is a very quick, snappy drafting game, which is fun, and it's over in 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it feels like you've had a very fun experience in that time frame.
Yeah,
it definitely works for what it's trying to do. And if you're unfamiliar with Button Shy Games, they do a good job of adding in expansions to these small 18 card games, so they don't ever really feel old if you're willing to take that plunge and keep getting expansions for the games. So I think that works because this game is ripe for expansions as well, given that it's only 18 cards.
Yeah, and there's like in this game, there's a little bit of push your luck almost built in. Some of the cards let you draw other cards out. Some will let you kind of see other cards before you get the draw. And that idea of like a one-time effect, it gives you that almost like planning stage, like a tactical, do I want to use this effect now? Or do I want to wait until my opponent has a better card out that I can use this to further hinder what they can do?
Yeah, no, 100%. And there are some take that elements in this game as well. But I do want to note the take that elements is not as harsh as a lot of games that have take that elements. It's not one of those where the take that happens and you feel like you're out of the game.
Yeah, and it's so quick and snappy too that like it doesn't matter if, say, like I have a really good effect and then you turn my card so that I can't even use it.
Yeah,
the game is going to be over in like 5 minutes. We could just run around another round
and play it again. Yeah, 100%. And it's actually one of those games where I think it works really well once you know the 18 cards works in its favor because knowing the abilities and the cards that are out there, you can sort of plan for that a little bit and try to fish for certain cards to work with what you have in your tableau. So I think that's a interesting dynamic within this game as well.
Yeah. All right, cool. That is our Kickstarter head start for Shallow Regrets. Check out the Kickstarter. We'll attach it down in the link below. We are the Board Adventurers. I'm Mark.
And I'm Zope.
And we'll see you on the next adventure.